Okay, so just a quick note before I start this video. I have changed my channel name from the Puerto Rican vlogger to that Puerto Rican guy. Hopefully it's not a big deal. Probably won't be. But yeah, same person, same stuff, same content, same endless void of time between uploads. But yeah, just changed my channel name and logo. Hopefully the logo will have changed by the time I upload this. And yeah, so that's all for now. Night. No, this is the beginning of a video, not the end. Watch the video. Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us for the
I told you.
High School Band.
I told you.
You didn't think it was that easy to start doing marching band, did you? No. It starts a lot earlier. It starts in July with band camp and learning the drill, learning the music, learning where you are, and learning everything about how to march. Welcome to this video about marching band. Enjoy. Okay, so the first process of learning marching band is learning music. And then you have all of this memorized. You have to have all of this memorized. This is just 2 pages of 4 that I had. And then you have to go through, memorize all of these wonderful things called drill. All of these pictures are separate pieces of drill, and you have to memorize where you are in every single one of them. And here you see every single person in the band. So, if you want to know who you are, you better highlight yourself. I play bass drum, so bass drum is indicated by a D in our drill, and I was bass drum 3, so D3. So then we have to just start learning it as a group. Music only.
Start again. Make sure this note is strong, and then we're putting our horse down. Okay? Just make sure you're subdivided and go over this prior to starting. Horse down on. Marching music.
Marching music.
You all can repeat marching and music, and then not do marching. Previous picture.
This picture.
But
that's ass from Monty.
Everybody reach into the back of your head and turn on the switch to your brain.
Oh,
Okay?
who knew that I could see things?
What are we doing?
Marching music!
What horn? Where are our horns down? Ooh, almost. Previous picture.
Previous picture!
Start by picture 1, and go to picture 2. You go back to picture 1, and you go to picture 2 over and over again. Just marching, just the music, and both of it together. And then you do that all the way until you learn the first movement. Then you run the first movement a few times. Make sure you have everything all able to be played together without being stopped. And you have this. Now, that's not an entire show, just one movement. Our marching shows normally have 4 movements. So then, you do the same process for the second movement, and the third movement, and the fourth movement. And by the end of it, you should be able to have an entire show. Then you run a few times every day during practice. Then you go back and fix a few parts in the first, second, third, fourth. And that's the basics of learning marching band. Now, one reason that marching band is so fun is because you form a community, or not a community, community's not a good word for it. You form a family with all of your band members Our band has 81 people in it, not counting any of the teacher, any of the staff that helps us, and adding all of that together, it's probably about 90 people they get to know very well over the summer. So the components of a marching band are, you have your wind section, you have your drum line, or marching percussion with the bass drums, which is what I played, tenors or quints or 4-drum things, and then you have the snare drums, which those make up the drum line. And then you have the front ensemble, or the pit as most people call it, and that's like xylophones, timpani, any like concert bass drum or gong, stuff that you can't really march around on a field per se. And normally, ideally, that would be mainly percussionists, but I mean, in the wind section, at least for our school, we don't march oboes. You don't march oboes. You don't march a bass clarinet or a bari saxophone. And those people have 2 choices mainly. Bari saxophone has 3, but that's just played tenor or alto sax, and that's what most people would do. But for bass clarinet, they also have kind of 3 choices. They have the choice to go play the other form of clarinet, and none of the bass clarinets that I know would prefer to do that. They have the choice to go into pit, which is what all 3 of our bass clarinets did, or they have the choice to go into the color guard, which is the 4th component of a marching band, which I'll get to in a second. But essentially, and unfortunately, the front ensemble or pit just becomes this dumping ground of people that can't play a marching instrument, basically, or that can't march or don't want to march. We had a trumpet that missed band camp, so you couldn't really learn the marching show with the rest of us. So to make it a bit easier, he went to pit, and that's just what happened. So yeah, and then the 4th component of marching band is the color guard, and that's as I mentioned before, the people with the flags and rifles and sometimes sabers, like sword things. And no, the rifles aren't real, they're just wood cut out things, as far as I know. And then most bands will normally have like set elements. Like there's this one band at one of our competitions that had a bunch of columns on the field. Sometimes they have paintings, sometimes they have a tarp. But our band is very laid back and not very well funded, so we don't really get that kind of thing, and we haven't for the almost 20 years that our school's been open. And this year is like the most props that we've ever had, and in the color guard, instead of having flags during the second movement, they had jellyfish that you'll see right now. So, yeah, compared to other bands, we're very cheap, and unfortunately, at least here in North Carolina, being a cheap marching band normally means they don't win very much, because state-run competitions or state-regulated competitions, they all favor bands that have more money, and we don't have that much money. So normally we win like maybe a first place, normally second and third places. But this year, somehow, we managed to win grand champion at our very last competition of the year for the first time in 4 years for our school. And grand champion is like the big prize that you won the competition. Congratulations. And the announcer had some trouble with that because he announced the scores wrong, so he got second in our class but then won grand champion, which can't really happen. But it did turn out that we won first in our class, so we did win grand champion. And yeah, so overall, marching band is just this really fun thing that you get to do if you play music. So if you have the chance to, you should do it. It is very fun. You get to meet lots of people, make very good friends, and yeah. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, and watch my other videos, and send your other friends to watch my videos, because please, I need more subscribers. And so, thanks for watching.